a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Columbus Aviators and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gordon. To my left, Charles Davis. And Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They come in needing to do something to stop this skid here before the season ends.
And if you're leading this organization, one of the things you're making sure everyone understands, this isn't about playing for draft picks. This is about playing for victories.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Columbus club, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And how about that defense last week? They pitched a shutout, and it's really more like a no-hitter because they absolutely dominated that game from the opening whistle.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Thomas has got it. Complete. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A Bengal first down with a 16-yard pickup there.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson: 20 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They run a draw here on 2nd down. They'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. And they'll send out their punter now. as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
They run the draw here with Robinson. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Now back to throw. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
It's now 4th down.
Fielded just inside the 20. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 2nd and 5. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 23 carries, 78 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And a gain there of 11 yards.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll drop to throw. And this one's incomplete. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings him forward.
You do need to know as a young quarterback that if you're going to spread the field, the ball's got to come out quick, and you have to know where to go with the football, really, in pre-snap. Identify where you want to go and get rid of it.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. These two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Again, he'll drop to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
They'll look to throw again. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and this will be scooped up by the defense. There he goes, right side. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one fielded at the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Second down and a run by Robinson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands? Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals 39. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
When you're dead last in the NFL in third down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about him picking up that one? That was big for them.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points are given away and could cost them a ball game?
The Bengals set to take over. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
The throw over the middle taken in. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
Back to throw now on first down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. 2nd and 2. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Aviators go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1, Thomas. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now another timeout called for by the offense. as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And this one is right through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll begin out in the Windy City of Chicago. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who are out in front. Jalen Waddle, a touchdown reception. Finally, we're off to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And that one all even as they play the visiting Carolina Panthers. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good-size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think...
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
And now we move our focus to Stephon Diggs. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little, they bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes come your way, too, because I've got to get coverage in his direction.
And now the third down throw incomplete at 12.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul, but the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
He finds his man complete. That's Wolf. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Down to the 42, second down. The last run got 3, now here's 2nd and 7. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just have receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunky yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Wide open receiver complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 14 yards that time for number 14.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Cincinnati set to take over once again. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because Nowadays, in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. Here's 2nd and 8. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Thomas. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And Diggs has it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Forced out to his left, and he'll just get rid of it. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. It makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it. So
on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a handoff up the middle. McQueen. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. The left side caught by Diggs. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete here. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
The 3rd down pass, intercepted.
Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him, and I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 2nd and 5. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Wolf. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
As long as as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Bengals have recovered it. So potentially a turning point here in the third quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines, tackle him, second guy in, tackle the ball.
Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the save. Bring up third.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking the lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They'll look to throw here. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
We can make this one pretty simple. Block the ball of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And on now is the punter, as he's on here to punt it away. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense on third down, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll set up to throw. That is incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A nice pickup of 23 on the third down conversion.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Robinson gets the toss on the right side. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They're going to look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle's going to leave him about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So we get the 3. It was 4th and 1. And I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Wolf. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. That one is caught by Hunt. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they rattle off a big one. 48 yards. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
They'll try to run this one in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. And they'll run again. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Aviators are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that one makes this a 19-point game. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Back to throw again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. They'll look to throw again. And incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now here's a throw that's complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Thomas. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Stephon Diggs with career touchdown number 125, moving him into a tie with Walter Payton on the all-time list. And the Bengals are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. And it looks like this one won't work out. Hands team able to secure the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Back to throw here. Being chased out left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this will stay a 12-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try and run for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
So now the Bengals down on the scoreboard. A little under a minute to go. Well, their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll set up a throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and even playing on the road, the class of this ball club just too much to overcome.
Yeah, deep down, I think even the fans knew how this one was going to turn out. All right, they just came to support their team, hope they'd see some good football, and they did, but they didn't really expect their team to win. In fact, they probably came in and said, let's win the tailgate, because that's where we have the advantage, and I bet they did that.
So for Columbus, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now in the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, things get even uglier now as they fall to 2-13. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.